Hello, everyone. We are back again with our exclusive series of Swar Talk Show. I am Ed Sharma. Welcome you all today. There is an unmatched level of excitement for the upcoming DGS Diwali edition, which is around the corner. The show is starting from 30th of September to 3rd of October at Geo World Convention Center, Mumbai. And to discuss more on this, we have Mr. Biren Vaidya, Director, Rose Group. Hello, Birenji. We welcome you to Swar Talk Show. How are you doing today?
Namaste. Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to this little tete-a-tete with you.
Lovely, sir. So, if you could share with us the value that drive the brand Rose and what is the brand USP?
Okay, so when I started, it was always a dream when I went the first time to Basel for the exhibition to create a truly luxury brand of Indian origin.
Mm-hmm.
And that dream was something that I had when I was uh, in 89, so I was about 24 years old. I believe in life, it's only when you dream, you can convert it into reality. And
Absolutely.
as you have seen that we have created Rose as one of the early luxury brands of Indian origin, recognized not only in India but internationally also.
Absolutely. So, sir, if somebody walks to your brand at your store, what all type of jewelry they'll be able to see?
So, of course, it started off with jewelry. That's my main core, and we've created a brand. So, when you talk about luxury, it's not only in jewelry. We have jewelry, watches, lifestyle accessories, all in luxury.
Mm-hmm.
However, when we talk about our jewelry, we have created a DNA. So, a brand is like a living thing, and it has its own DNA.
Right.
So, to give you a simple answer, is that when you think of a brand like Bulgari, you think of Serpentine. When you think of Van Cleef and Arpels, you think of Alhambra, or Cartier, you think of the Love Bracelet or Santos or something like that. In the
Right.
same way, in Rose, we have created some very, very special, iconic designs and collections
Mm-hmm.
that signify the brand. So
Okay.
whatever you do and whatever you mix the jewelry with others, the DNA of the brand as a jewelry brand
Mm-hmm.
stands out for itself by the collections and designs.
All
And of
right.
course, the given is the product quality, the kind of gems we use, the experience we give, and of
Mm-hmm.
course the aspiration that has been created over the last 42 years.
Right. Okay. So, looking at the future, what do you foresee the jewelry industry going to be, and how is your brand preparing for those changes?
So one of the things that I did see, and firstly, it's a change of a generation. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we as a company, we are since 2014 studying how we have to address the millennials. We have been really, really researching on that. And
Mm-hmm.
there has been a big change, especially with the help of COVID. We had a lot of time to sit back and think as to what we're doing. And we have created three different categories. So we have fine jewelry, high jewelry, and our treasures. And the
Okay.
beauty is that the customer is now more discerning and understands what he wants in a brand. And what they're looking for is an aspiration, they're looking for designs, and they're looking for a product that will they could identify with.
Mm-hmm.
So in the sense is that identify with from their personal aspect, and they can be identified by the brand. So
Right.
these things are very, very important in jewelry also, just
Mm-hmm.
like it is in everything else. And I always said, since over 2 decades, our competition is not a next door jeweler, but it's another category.
Mm-hmm.
And we found that in 2013, 2003, when we started, there were 7 or 8 categories that the luxury customer would be spending his or her money on.
Right. Okay. So, like this generation, when you talk about Gen Z and the millennials, they are more into the digital platforms where they get the entire information across the world regards to fashion and the jewelry and the styling. How is Rose using those channels to reach out to the right audience?
I think it was always a challenge, not only for us in India, but for brands overseas. How do
Mm-hmm.
we express luxury? How do we give the luxury experience over the digital platform?
Right.
It was always a challenge, and you found it was easy to have brick and mortar shows, actually people coming and viewing the product, having events,
Mm-hmm.
etc. And while we had COVID, all the brands went back to the drawing board, and most importantly, had the time. And we didn't have the alternative but to use the digital platforms. So
Right.
in luxury, what you are finding rather than creating a website to sell your product, what you
Mhm.
are doing is using the social media and digital media to create the aspiration for your brand. And with
Right.
that, when we have done that, you will be surprised that in the last year, ending March 23, we have actually had 20% of our revenue come
Mhm.
from digital, either directly or by Omni. So they would see it on the net and come to the store and get a touch and feel. So that is very, very interesting. And it
Yes.
is showing the change of the generation. And you are absolutely right. They are very knowledgeable. They use the net for all the information that they get. So
Mhm.
as a customer, they know exactly what they want. They know why they've come to the brand, and it's fun dealing with them. They are
Right.
really, really, up to it. And here,
Mhm.
there's no shortcut. Either you stand and create your own identity, that's the
Right.
future,
Yeah.
or if you are a Me Too, you're going to get beaten in the race.
Absolutely. So, talking about sustainability, many bigger brands are including sustainability in their products. How is Brand Rose incorporating in its creations?
So we have done a lot of things here. One is we have come into this whole concept of recycling. So we are using recycled gold. We're getting gold from customers, trying to reuse that. We are creating ways in which we can reuse their gems. And we are also creating new categories. So we have a category that we have created for shawls where we are using man-made fibers instead of the cashmere. So we are creating vegan shawls, vegan small leather goods. So everything new is going in that direction.
All right. So, now talking about the upcoming GGS show, which is just around the corner, how excited are you to attend the show?
Well, I mean, today there have been a lot of shows that have started both internationally and in India. And I must say that DJS has created its own platform, very similar to DJPC. And we are finding that people are coming there. It's a, it's a show that has everything for each and every kind of retailer. So it's interesting to see what they come up with this year. Of course, you will have uh, a mix of all kinds of collections and positions, but this is their first show in Geo. So quite excited to see how they zone themselves, like the international shows, how they create an experience for uh, doing B2B business. It'll be interesting to see. But definitely with the new platform that they're using and the way they are preparing themselves. And don't forget that they are all jewelers themselves who are in the committee, so they will understand what the needs are for today's jeweler.
Nothing. So, like, we would like to understand from you, are there any particular trends or styling in the jewelry industry that you're hoping to find at GGS show?
So, well, I mean, today it is in style. What one needs is newness. I mean, we are using the same materials that's gold and gems. So the idea is to create a unique identity. What happens is that when you are in the B2B business, so even we have our own B2B division, but what happens is when you work for a brand, you have to create a unique identity for each one of your customers. Because if today
Absolutely.
you were to give the same product to 10 of your customers, and it becomes generic, so then the customer doesn't know what is
Mhm.
the extra aspiration for that. So my suggestion to
Absolutely.
everyone who is going to be exhibiting that is understand your needs of customers and create a special DNA for what they need. And that's the way to go because that's how we work with brands in our B2B business.
Right. And sir, one question, since you are on a daily basis engaged with the gemstone and the jewelry styling, how do you foresee what will be the trending jewelry in the upcoming festivals and the wedding season in India this time?
So I have seen that today, of course, in the brides, they are very, very particular about what they want. Their, their, the whole process has become very, very defined. So you have to have a proposal. So there has to be a proposal ring, irrespective of whether you'll have already decided to marry each other. It's the privilege of the bride to get proposed by the groom. So there is always going to be that one solitary ring in a special destination and a very special way to make her feel like a princess. Then, of
Right.
course, in the functions, you always have your mehendi, sangeet, uh, cocktail, and wedding. So these four are always there. So according to it, the kind of jewelry form is decided. Either the mehendi and the The wedding itself has the jarrao kind of jewelry, and of course cocktails, and the Sangeet has more on the diamond side of it. But the interesting part is that what we are doing here at Rose, and I think that everyone should do, is somewhere down the line, like in the old days, the jewelry defined how the rest of the outfit of the bride was. In the middle, it has got lost somewhere, where the clothes are defining what should the jewelry be. So we have actually taken up that process of changing it and trying to explain, and today's generation understands it, because the jewelry is going to be there for generation after generation, that they should make something that would define the rest of the thing, so that they can wear it over and over again, not just like the clothes that, of course, is also fabulously designed, but is only for one use.
Completely agree with you, Desons. So any message you would like to give to the exhibitors who are participating this year at JJS Diwali edition?
So I wish them all the best and look forward to seeing them there. Just tell them that the times have changed, and I hope that they understand what I'm saying is about every brand or customer. You should define by their DNA and create collections specifically for them. Because once you do that, then you have kind of locked them in, and you can handhold it for the rest of the journey. Because once your collection works with them, and they will be able to identify themselves differently from the next door or neighboring jeweler, it gives them that little edge.
Lovely. Well, with this, we come to an end of this interactive session, sir. It was really nice talking to you and knowing inside.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you once again for keeping in mind some of us from the older generation. We're trying to stay fit and young and keep up with the younger trends. And it's interesting to know. It's also interesting to know in these last 6 years, the average age, when I realized in 2015, of Rose was already crossing 40. We have made a lot of changes in it, and we have brought to think young, to think new age. We brought in so many youngsters into the game, and the average age has come down below 29. So it's interesting to know.
Yeah, lovely, sir.
So there are new ideas and new things happening all the time.
Absolutely, sir. So we, on behalf of Swar, wish you and your entire team all the success. And I look forward to meet you at the show as well.
Looking forward, and thank you once again to everybody at Swar. You all have always been a great support to the industry. And though it's a relatively new publication and digital platform about the news, I think you'll have made a very strong mark in the jewelry industry. And really appreciate all the good work that the whole team is doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.